Every day I wake up, I'm battling myself, right? I see it, right? I overthink, I slow, I get in my thoughts and start becoming anxious. But the days where I'm not battling with myself and I'm going at war with myself, not against myself, that's when I see progress. If you're ready to open your mind, expand your consciousness, expand your awareness, become better, reach your full potential, then watch this video. Let's lock in. If you're not, then I guess you gotta bounce. I'm trying to, help people build confidence, break free, help, break generational curses, help people, learn more, help us to, come together and, be better ultimately, right? Find your breakthrough, become the best version of yourself, operate on your highest frequency. Let's go, let's go. Why do we battle ourselves so much? And trust me, I know ball, right? I struggle with battling myself all the time, right? A lot of people say I'm in my head a lot. A lot of people say I lack confidence sometimes. A lot of people tell me, I need to speak with more conviction, or I need to do more, or I need to step into that leader role. I'm saying? Going to war with myself. It's all in here in the mind. So let's dive deeper into it, right? This stems from generational trauma, right? Generational curses, right? Our parents, were beat down by their parents, beat down by their parents. And I don't just mean physically, I mean mentally, emotionally, right? You just get put down in this box so much that you just don't think outside this box, right? You don't really fully ever step into that full confidence that we were born, given by God to be, to have, to walk around with that light. And so many times, as we grow up, our light is dim, and there can be experiences that just make you, right, dim your light and just battle with yourself. I know me personally, right, sometimes I have doubt, right, and I'm gonna just put this into sports terms because I used to play sports. I love sports, right? Me personally, I'll practice 100 free throws, right? And then, it's just when I get on that free throw line, I practice 100 times. I'm ready to go, right? But in my head, I'll be thinking about what if I miss, or what if I'm not good enough, or overthinking my routine, or just envisioning myself missing, or just battling myself, telling myself do it, don't do it, right? All these different things, right? And I feel like so much of us are going through the same thing where, you know, we have that confidence in us. All of us have that lion in us, but we're just afraid to roar. And it's just because we battle ourselves, right? We're just stuck up in anxiety, fear, depression, worry, you know, just self-doubt. And I feel like self-doubt is a big one, right? If you know you're putting in the repetition, if you know you're that person, right, then why dim your light? Why let others dim your light, right? Let's get into that. Don't let anyone influence what you do or don't do, right? Don't let anyone tell you something and let it dim your light. Let it get you away from who you were called to be, right? Because that can also get you in your head. And also, you can't overthink. Like, what I've been doing recently is the 3-2-1 rule. So if I'm in the gym and I'm squatting and I'm waiting to grab that bar and get going, I'm overthinking it, I'll just say 3-2-1 and then I have to grab the bar. Or if I'm laying in bed and I don't feel like getting up, putting the remote on the side, or taking out the trash or whatever it may be, I say 3-2-1 and go. That's training your brain to move, to act. And that's also getting you away from that overthinking, right? Because a lot of us just overthink, right? And if you're dealing with self-doubt, I think you should do this, as well as you should just practice daily affirmations. That's something that helped me get out of my head. Is I'll wake up, journal 3 things that I like about myself, or just 3 things that I'm happy for, I'm grateful for, 3 things I'm doing good. Same before I go to sleep, 3 good things about my day. That way, it's like I'm just building positive blocks, right? Because every day we're building, right? Whether you know it or not. One of my coaches in college, when I played college football, said the best line, and it sticks with me. Coach JR, shout out Coach JR, would always say, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. There's nothing else. There's no in between. There's no other option. When you come out on this field every day to practice, you're getting better or getting worse. You choose. So every day you're building blocks. You're either building in a positive direction or a negative direction. So the whole point of us battling our mind, battling ourselves, is we need to switch from building those negative blocks, right? Which is telling ourselves we're going to do something and not doing it, feeling insecure, letting other people influence what we think about ourselves, right? Living in depression, not operating in your full confident self every day. That's building negative blocks. So we need to start building positive blocks. You need to start giving yourself daily affirmations. Start acting on your thoughts, right? Start putting in the repetitions. Start feeling yourself. Start talking to yourself better, right? Start believing in everything you do. Because at the end of the day, what it really stems down to, and we all know it, I know it, and here is believing in myself. How much do I really believe in myself to get these videos out? Or, to put in the best work at work and, become a top manager and become the best manager? How much do I believe in myself to become a millionaire one day? How much do I believe in myself to change the world? Because if you lack a little bit of belief, then that's when the self-doubt, the anxiety, the fear creeps in, and that's when you start battling yourself. That's when you start overthinking. That's when you're like me and you're driving, and sometimes I'm not even conscious when I'm driving because I'm just all in my thoughts. A lot of times when I'm driving, I'm just in my thoughts. Sometimes I just turn the music down. I have the music for background noise. I'm just in my thoughts. So we have to understand the biggest battle we will face is ourselves. Every day you wake up, you're battling yourself. You're not battling the next man to the left or right. You're battling yourself. How better can you be from the version of you yesterday, and how much can you prepare yourself for the version of yourself tomorrow? That's how you got to start thinking. You're not in competition with anybody else but yourself. You're trying to beat yourself, right? Because all of us have created these entities, these versions, or we've been formed by our parents or friends, right? That we're trying to outwit. Like Outwitting the Devil. That's a good book. You should read it. So we're trying to create a new version of ourselves. So we're trying to get away from old. So you have to create new habits. You have to create a new person, a new entity. So you have to really, really start believing in yourself and really start acting on that, right? Start understanding that I'm not where I am because of myself. Now, there's other factors, right? There's external factors, I know. But you have to understand that you have to put the accountability on yourself and understand that you are facing yourself. You are battling yourself. You control your reality. So everything that's happening to you is because of you. It's time to change in here. It's time to stop battling yourself and start coexisting, cooperating, and start using yourself, right? That's when it shifts for a lot of people. That's when it changes, right? Is because every day I wake up, I'm battling myself, right? And I see it, right? I overthink, I slow, I get in my thoughts and start becoming anxious. But the days where I'm not battling with myself and I'm going at war with myself, not against myself, that's when I see progress. Because there's already wars to fight, right? It's already hard to get money. We already know the world's run by corrupt people. We already know working sucks. We already know building a business is hard. We already know, eating, making, cooking, washing the dishes. All your day-to-day things are hard. So when you wake up, you're going to war every day. So why start the day off with going to war with yourself and going to war with yourself in the day-to-day things that you have to go through? Does that make sense? Like, it's time we stop going to war with ourselves and start going to war with ourselves, if that makes sense. So the days where I really apply that and I wake up and I don't battle myself, I tell myself I look good in the mirror. I'm not worried about one pimple. I'm not worried about one off strand here. I'm not worried about, oh, what if I miss this shot against this girl, that I might take. I'm not worried about running late to work. I'm not worried about not putting up my best performance or not getting my laundry done or falling short of making videos today. I'm not thinking about any of that, right? I'm just ready to go with myself, right? Because I know what I'm good at. I know my strengths. I know what I'm good with doing. I know where I go wrong, right? I know who I am. So why battle myself? It's time to just go to war with myself. I'm ready to go. I'm using myself, using my strengths, right? If I'm a good leader, I'm going to be leading today. Let me do things that make me feel good, feel confident, right? Start my day off with small wins, right? And once you start doing that, then you can go to the real war, right? With your day-to-day battles, right? But if you're if you're starting the day off with going to war with yourself, and every day you're going to war with yourself, how far can you really go? It's like two-step verification. You got to go through one step and then two steps when it only should be one step. So now you're even delaying the process more for yourself. Now that high frequency, that highest version of yourself, that life you're wanting to live, you're just delaying it more. Why? Because not only do you have to get through the process, but you have to fight yourself. It's like yourself is the bouncer at the door. You're the doorkeeper. You're the beekeeper. So now you have to battle yourself, fight yourself, and then get on the process. So it's time we eliminate that one factor of ourselves and stop battling against ourselves and start going to war with ourselves. Utilize your strengths, know what you're good at, right? Speak positive affirmations, right? Dial in, put the reps in, put the practice in, learn more, self-improve more, just become a better version of yourself and stop going to war with yourself. And it's time we all win. I want to see everybody win. Comment down win. Follow the page and we rise, right? So if you're ready, again, drop a comment win, follow, subscribe, check out all my pages, my TikTok, my Instagram, shoot me a DM. I'm always open. Let me know anything and go out there, just spread some word with somebody else.